I kind of like, dude, like, no, I resolve that shit. You
What's
know,
up?
he'll go kick it. We resolve our differences. You know, right? I get.
Cover version. Cover version. Tyler's code. Coolness polling popular girls. I've heard a few things from this fella. I think he's got some shit to say. You know, sometimes he goes off on some fucking tangents. AMS style. I think AMS is the purest shit on the streets. You know what I mean? But this Owen cat, he's got some good shit to say. Yeah, baby, that's right. Are you interested? I know you're interested. One thing that's a part of my personal code is I'm not going to bring negative shit at anybody. I'm just not going to do it because that's important to me because I don't like when people do that to me. Okay? If somebody's a close friend of mine and they want to call me up with something that's bothering them, that's very different scenario. That's called friendship. All right? You just got to be positive. Fuck off. But if for somebody who's busy and somebody who's got a busy life and they don't got a lot of time, you can't be going up to them and constantly be emotionally leeching them. Especially somebody who's popular and has got a lot going on. You can't be dumping them. You got to stay positive. Because these people are choosy. They've got fucking options. If you want to fucking vibe with them and fucking, combine social proofing with them, you can't, there's an art to being real with people, all right, but you don't want to be fake, but at the same time not emotionally leech. So what can you do? Listen, I just tell them, listen, if you're feeling like shit, you can just tell somebody, look, I didn't sleep last night, I'm not feeling good. Now, have you ever seen me do that? There's some videos where literally at a lot of these boot camps I could be up teaching till really fucking late, and the sun comes up in the morning. You got the sun creeping through your room and you go to bed at 7 and you're up at 11 and you're in court and out of court, you're working on patent applications, you're fucking trying to dig down these hoes at a rate that'll satisfy them so you can keep them in your fucking life, and sometimes you're just fucking tired, and you don't even want to fucking dig down these hoes tonight, but if you don't, that they're going to move on to the next fucking alpha male. So you don't want to drought free, you know what I mean? You gotta sometimes you gotta take one for the team and just take a hoe down even though you don't want it, you know what I mean? You ask her to do that a lot before, so bang, rock it out, you know what I mean? Now, so I'll just let people know I'm tired, it's all good, but I had a fly-in hit last night from LA, I'm on 3 hours sleep right now, you know what, but are you feeling like my misery of 3 hours sleep is like emanating off me right now? No. Just like you're responsible for yourself. You let know what happened. You can let people know that you're tired. You can let them know. You can be authentic, but you don't want to leech off somebody. Let's say you have a girlfriend and you're running a business and you got a lot of fear because if you have slow sales, it's a chronic problem for business owners. So if you have slow sales and you're worried about payroll, because you got people that depend on you to put food on their plate, and if you have a slow 2 weeks and you don't have enough fucking cash, what winds up happening is you have to call them up and tell them their paycheck's going to be a couple days late. So it's a couple anxiety broken. So let's say you got your girlfriend and you say that you're scared. And you say, hey cutie, yo, we're having a rough time on payroll this week. I'm kind of scared about it, so I'm going to handle it. And she'd be like, oh, cool. He's letting me know what's going on in his life. So he's not hiding shit from me. He's being real with me, but he's not leeching off of me. So the thing there is, like, be authentic, but don't leech off people emotionally. The key with that is, like, whenever I talk, I want to sound positive, right? And I want to be aware how I'm affecting the other person. So let's say that I'm talking to another guy and he's like another business owner, right? If I detect that guy's busy, I'm going to be constantly filtering in my interaction with him. Does he have to go? You follow this? Does he have to go? Let's say that I text a buddy of mine that runs a big business and he doesn't hit me back. I'm not going to fucking text him back like, hey man, why didn't you hit me back? I'm not going to be mad now. Are we friends? Because I get it that he's fucking busy. And he'll hit me back on his own time you know? So I get that. So here's other little things. How about like what Stephen Covey calls the emotional bank account? A lot of people that I work over the years, shout out fucking Anthony Hall. A lot of people that I work out in the past, literally the only fucking time they contact you is to complain. Dora Gianova, Dora Lane. Now, what would their argument be? Jeremy Nork. Well, we work together. It's your fucking job to do your fucking job. If I don't like what I'm fucking seeing, I'm going to call and let you know. And you could argue that that's true. You could literally argue that that's fucking true. You know? But see, at the end of the day, if you're working with somebody, you're working with them. So you got to be aware that if they associate you as that person that's always fucking complaining, as soon as they see that email from you, their adrenaline's already racing up. As soon as they fucking see that email from you. All right? And then when you go to ask you for something, out of hand, you don't fucking want to do it. And even as you're saying no, you're like, if this other guy asked me for this, I'd probably say yes. Why am I saying no? Why am I so negative? If you're a good business owner or a good coworker and you're working with other people and you're able to kind of see past that. But I know for me, anybody who I value my working relationship with, if I see something funny, I will text them about it. I will send them a random funny fucking text. If I see something that relates to them, I will forward it to them. You know what I mean? I'll send them jokes. I'll send them stories. I'll say, how's your fucking life going, motherfucker? You know what? It's what's so crazy is like people that I work with don't get this, but I have a very high complaints typically from people that I work with, you know? So when I work with people, I'm pretty good at getting them to do their job. And what's funny is like other people that I work with, they'll work with those same people and they'll be like, they never get back to me, they never respond to my fucking emails. You should fire them, man. They're not good people to work with. Dude, why do you think he get back to you? All you ever fucking do is complain. Dude, it's not complain, it's just called do your fucking job. That guy's making 80 fucking grand a year. He should do his fucking job. It's like, he does his job for me. How hard is it just to say, how is your day going? And then hold space and listen. How hard is it just to send him some fucking shit? Some funny fucking shit. You know, obviously if he still doesn't do his job, I'm not saying you gotta supplicate. This is a balance. That's just emotional calibration. You're putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Basically, it's an understanding that nobody owes you shit. Nobody owes you shit. If somebody does anything nice for you ever, that's a blessing, I guess. So people who I know that are cool, they have that calibration where A, their voice is always going to sound kind of like a positive, upbeat tone. It doesn't mean that they necessarily are upbeat, you know? Look, I hope I sound upbeat right now. You got to have your inner smile. As those voice coaches will teach you to have your smile in your voice. When you think about smiling, when you sing, there's just a sweeter sound to it. It just sounds fucking better, even if you sing a sad fucking song. Who's ever read the book The Game, right? If you have, someday I'm going to be sitting in a movie theater. And I'm just going to be sitting there. They came together to learn pickup. It'd be like mystery and like fucking Zac Efron will be playing that shit. And then there'll be like alpha male strategies and it'll be like Charles Barkley's playing them or some shit. Oh, you don't see me coming up here being like, you know, man, that shit haunts my fucking nights. No, I resolve that fucking shit, okay? I get my business handled in a way so that I got so much badass shit so that I even get a bad initial impression from the game and then saw the bids and then you flipped. We built a company like that. The way to handle a problem is not by begging people to help you, okay? Right? Like, no. Handle your shit, motherfucker. Handle your own shit, all right? So a big thing in pickup to me is self-nurturing. Handle your own shit. If you have emotional problems, handle that shit. Like every guy is in your forums, he's feeling negative and depressed. It's like, dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up, right? Nobody on this forum is gonna fix your fucking life, all right? Nobody gives a fucking shit, bro. Nobody gives a shit. In fact, the only reason people responded was to hear themselves fucking talk. All right, nobody gives a shit. Nobody give a fuck, dude. Except that guy. Maybe that guy. Maybe that guy gives a little bit of a fucking shit. You know what I mean? You never know. Like maybe he does. It's like nobody gives a fucking shit. All right. I might be willing to start my whole fucking day to help you, but the problem is you asked in the first place. I have my own life. The fact that you couldn't schedule it and pin it in to get you asked to the official event, because when I'm asked in the daytime, I'm tired. You think I'm fucking Superman? Huh? No. I've got screaming motherfuckers in my life. I've got demands. I've got fucking hearings and shit. I've got applications for patents. I've got fucking disciplinary board fucking duties and shit. I'm representing people in front of fucking, disciplinary boards is trying to take law licenses and prevent people from keeping law licenses and shit. The fact that this motherfucker's interrupting me while I'm trying to meet and can't make it out to an official event or asking me at a time, because like here I'm willing to be charismatic and exert the energy to be charismatic because I have nurtured myself during the week so I can come here and fucking throw down. Say I'm out with my friends at a club. Not every night that I go out is at a fucking boot camp. Maybe I'm at a club with my friends to nurture myself and relax. Dude, if you want my help, call me, Skype me, contact me, get out to me, and I'll come out to this shit. But if I'm trying to nurture myself and someone's draining off me, see what happens if I allow that? You people who paid money to be my Patreon and Skype with me as Super Chat, I'd be drained. So I'm fucking got to manage my own life and not let people poison trip and punch shame me. Now, people who are cool, they get that. They get that nobody owes you shit. You got to be aware of what other people need and not be trapped in your own head. Now, you remember what I said about being grounded up in your street versus up in your head? People who are up in the head and completely fucking focused on themselves, how do they talk? How do they fucking talk? You know what I mean? That's it. People come up to you and they, hey, I'm in here. That's how they fucking talk when they're fucking trapped in their head. You get outside of your head and be a part of the room and read the temperature of the room and fucking vibe with people, and that's what makes you cool. Guys that are good at pickup, part of social calibration is being aware of how other people feel, okay, and saying, how can I fit into this? But like I said, it's a balance of empathy versus sociopathy, aggression versus tenderness, perspective taking versus drawing them into your perspective. You get that? You see how it's this fine razor sharp balance? Because again, that guy's going to step up and bang, that guy who is aware of how you're making them feel is going to be like, part of aggression is going to be that mix where the girl's party is moving this way and you know that you can't just stop her right there. So you're going to go up to her, but even as you're speaking or going, you're going to be aggressive in your tone and aggressive how you're doing it, but you're aware of her perspective. And then when she's laughing and she seems invested in you, then you'd be like, stop. And now she's willing to chat because you conveyed some initial value. That's perspective taking. It's like that nice fine balance. Now, one part of it is thinking, what's in this girl's head? What kind of man would she want to fuck? What is her process of getting fucked by a guy? See her over there? I spent hours asking her, how do you and your friends get fucked? Tell me how you and your friends get fucked. Interestingly, it sounds a lot like what we teach in the pickup community. Basically, it's like me and my friends go out, we spend hours getting ready, we want to have fun and party, but in the back of our minds, we hope we meet that one cool guy who's going to fuck us. If he continues to party forward and keeps us having fun, we'll rationalize that we're going for the fun, even though we're partly going to get fucked at the same time. Part of it's fun, part of it's to get fucked, and then if we're all having fun, the most likely way to fuck me is get me in isolation. And that's what she says, and that's what her friends say. Well, I spent many hours asking that. Why is that girl's experience like that? Because she's going out to have a super fun time. And sex is like a peak to her night. Another example of social calibration is like this. Imagine that you're watching a movie, right? And any time that you want, you can see the whole movie because you have a Blu-ray player, streaming video, or whatever. And anytime you want, you can see it whenever the fuck you want, right? But the other half of the human race, the other gender, say it was women, they very rarely ever get to see the end of the damn movie. So every time you go to watch a movie with a girl, she's like, can we go to the end? And you're like, well, the end has no meaning unless there's the build-up. The build-up and the fun of the craziness of the building up is what makes the end so fucking crazy. Because it builds up the emotions in your body. And then the crazy ending happens. And oh my god, that's what makes the fucking ending so crazy. And she's like, let's just go to the fucking end, right? She's like, what the fuck, right? Because she never gets to see the end. Because a woman with sex, she can see the end, aka get laid, whenever she gets wants, right? She can see the end whenever she fucking wants. Party, fun, inviting a cute guy, make him talk about the blowjob, give him a big job, and then she gets fucked. Oh my god, that was crazy! But a woman can see the end any fucking time she wants. She doesn't need to go right to the fucking end. Alright? Remember what I said, that guy who comes out like he's been lost in the woods for 2 months, he gets out, there's like a fine meal there, he's just like, wah, and he just wants to fucking eat the fuck out of that meal. He's not just like, how am I making the other people fail at the table by me shoveling this down my throat when they're trying to actually enjoy the meal? Guy's just walking up and he's not actually being aware of her subjective reality. He's that desperate guy shoving food down his throat. He can't take his time, and that's where he seems thirsty and hungry. That's why a man, when he comes up and he's smooth, women get really attracted to that. Now what I said is part of calibration is like you're in touch with yourself. It's part of calibration. How do I fit into this person's experience? Now, what I said is, what is a woman's night life? Now, the person who's always trying to push to the end of the fucking movie, it gets annoying because it looks desperate and hungry. It looks like you haven't gotten... But then again, there's a fine balance because... You guys ever heard of 5-minute lays or half-hour lays? I've had experiences like with a really hot, classy girls, and I can just sense she's kind of horny, and I'm like, fuck it, and I just fuck her within 5 or 10 minutes of fucking meeting her. You know what I mean? I'm like fingering her while she's jerking off or making out, and next thing you know, we're having sex in the bathroom. And shit like that can happen too. And even the girl's fucking smart and classy. She's just like the fucking, you'd be surprised some of the women I've fucking done with this with. Alright? So sometimes you do go aggressive, you just gotta feel it out. You know, I had 1 week where I had 4 different girls like that in a row. Okay. Just remember when I said you go out long enough, you'll have everything like horrible drive spells to epic winning fucking streaks, to supping hot guys, go home with girls who are allegedly out of your league if you're in the game long enough. So I had this 1 week where like 4 times in a week I had these super fast lays with super hot girls, but that actually fucked my game up because what actually happened in my mind, I was like, the more aggressive I get, the more aggressive I get laid. Maybe my sticking point all this time was I wasn't just taking what I fucking want. But perhaps it was really just a fucking coincidence. It was just a fluke that you got lucky those 4 times. You know, so for the next 2 or 3 months, your game might have been crap because you're going up on girls, and girls can sense that you're not one of those guys. And the girls will be like, I can tell you're cool. Why are you grabbing me like that? It's just wasn't working. So it's kind of like a plate appearance. Sometimes you have 4 home runs in a row, and it might throw off your fucking swing. So you gotta fucking Calibrate within yourself. Feel the vibe. Every day is new. Every experience is fucking new. You know what I mean? The other is taking time to actually think about how you're affecting that person. How is my vibe affecting that person? What kind of guy does she want to go home with? What kind of scenario does she want to go fucking guy with? One side of it's asking, but what's the problem with asking? I want only the 6'3" fucking stunt. And then what you do is you say, could I see some photos of your exes, and look at the guys they dated, and a lot of times they're scrubs. You ever had a super fucking hot girl that you're fucking, and you think you're so cool, and then you see pictures of her exes, and they're a bunch of fucking scrubs, and it takes away from it. You know? It should be like, you're fucking judging me for my past scrubs? Fuck you, dude. Whatever. Believe me. I know I don't want to see some of your fucking past scrubs, motherfucker. You don't need to see my scrubs, motherfucker. We've all got scrubs in our past. Beyonce's got fucking scrubs. Believe me. You want to sort of listen to what a fucking girl says, but you also want to observe what the fuck she does. And again, if you're in Vegas, what kind of guys get pussy in Vegas? I went to law school in Vegas, bitch. I know what the fuck happens in Vegas. What kind of guys get pussy in Vegas? You don't want to straight copy them, because that's not going to be you, but you got to look at the elements of what's working in that environment. So I've lived in Hollywood. What's in the Hollywood scene? What's going to get you in the club in Hollywood? You notice I don't give a lot of fashion advice. That's because in a place like Hollywood, you notice that in a place like Hollywood, right, it's different than a place like Reno, or a place like Vegas, or a place like Boise, or a place like Miami, or New York, or fucking Virginia Beach. In Hollywood, you wear skinny jeans or a fucking V-neck shirt, you know? Meanwhile, there's places in the country where if you wear a fucking V-neck shirt, you look like you're making a statement about your sexuality. You look like you're fucking trying to advertise how gay you are to everybody. Nah. There's places where if you're wearing tight jeans, you know, like where some of you came from in Canada, like you're trying to make a statement that you want to suck a dick, you know, and that's fine. But let's say, you know, in fashion, you should wear clothes to show what your body look like. Well, in Hollywood, that makes sense. There's places where that's not cool. Actually, sagging jeans is fucking cool. You probably don't want to wear that shit in Detroit, you know what I mean? In Hollywood, if you wear a baseball hat, you're looking kind of retarded. If you wear a baseball hat to a fucking bum-ass club, sometimes it can look kind of cool, but usually you would wear like this shit. Showing your pride for the fucking California Angels in some Hollywood club, you're gonna look like a fucking bozo, typically. But there's actually other fucking cities where that's fucking cool. Like, that's a cool look. Some guys will wear the rim flat and wear the fucking label on the front. For example, in the Northeast, a lot of guys wear like a fucking crew neck shirt under a dress shirt with a fucking gold chain and a silver hanging out. If you wear that shit in Hollywood, you're not getting in. Okay, you basically just said, don't let me in this fucking club. Let me in. If you're a celebrity, you wear that. If you're a rapper from the East Coast, but if you're just some regular guy, they're probably not going to let you in. Every area is different. But let's go even deeper with that. What if you were a cowboy from Utah and you're dressed like a cowboy? Well, if I dress like a cowboy, well, I'm not a cowboy from Utah, so I'm not getting in the club. They're very discriminating at the club, like the nice guy. If I go to a club where there's a bunch of nice guys at the table and I dress like a cowboy from fucking Utah, I'm probably not fucking getting in. What if an actual fucking cowboy from Utah came in, he's got that fucking swag, you know? He sounds like, Matthew, alright, Matthew McConaughey. Alright. They just keep staying the same age. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. So it's like a combination on one level, you want a combination of what is cool in this environment, but on the other hand, you also want to be congruent to yourself, because the girl's looking at this overall package and does everything line up about this package. So part of that is calibration. How am I coming at the girl? She sees a clear vision of who she's gonna fuck. All right, I fucked a lot of girls. A lot of girls you wouldn't think you would fuck me within 5 minutes of meeting me. I've fucked a lot of them, okay? And I've struck the fuck out a lot too. It takes fucking years to get this level of fucking skill in this game. Part of calibration is when is the time to pull. Because a lot of you have lost more pussy by not pulling fast enough. You know what I mean? And you can, sometimes I'd go out and just try and pull every girl right away, just to fucking do it as a fucking exercise. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking game tight motherfucker out here. Okay? A lot of experimentation and perspective intake. Putting yourself into that person's fucking perspective. But at the same time, not doing what I used to do, where I was first fucking starting, where you're so sensitive with that girl's starting that it overwhelms you and you're not willing to be fucking pussy. So it's that pushy, it's a combination of aggression and tenderness. Also that vague terminal sociopathy. You're gonna do whatever the fuck you're gonna do. Because some women, honestly, a lot of women are actually fucking craving that. They're craving a dude who's just gonna do whatever the fuck he's gonna do with them. That's why I'm willing to hang out with people who are popular and cool. I'm comfortable with hanging out with groups of hot women. I'm comfortable with hanging out with fucking indie rock record label owners that just smell, and they have their own fucking personal world, like Louis Ho and fucking Aiden Gilbert and Mags and Click Cat and that whole fam. They have their own fucking universe. But I've gone into that fucking universe with Jay and NBA Jam at the fucking Rare House and Maddie and all the fucking Sabrina, and I can hang with those cats because I can understand what the fuck is their fucking universe. It's not necessarily the fucking universe I came from. Sure, I've spent my time in it, but I've also been in completely different fucking universes. But I can vibe with Owen and Evan and Kieran and Lucky Wife and Mother and those cats, and I can learn from them and they can learn from me. And shout out to Patchy's Playground too. Now, all right, everybody stay fucking lit, okay? Patchy's Playground makes me feel fucking lit, because that Patchy's just the fucking shit. Shout out, like, comment, subscribe. Fucking hit me up on fucking Patreon. And don't say a whole bunch, motherfucker.